Hi Pisces, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. Welcome back to my channel Pisces. This is your September love reading, obviously for the complete month of September, and it's going to apply to everyone, you know, sun signs, particularly moon signs. I'm very much in tune with the moon at the moment, so I recommend if you know your moon sign to definitely check out that reading as well. Okay, so Pisces, this is your love reading based on the Tree of Life, which I developed last month for you guys. And thank you so much for the response, because they were the response was really fabulous. I'm going to draw 6 cards first of all. Okay, and I'll explain what each of the cards represents. This is the first reading I'm doing, Pisces. So let us begin. Okay, your overall energy and focus for love this month in September, Pisces, is the Fool card. Okay. The second card represents what or who you could encounter or experience this month. That one wants to come off the bottom actually, so I'm going to take that one from there. The third card represents your perspective or your past, your recent past. The fourth card is your love potential or love lesson for this month of September. There's there's a for some reason the word tight has just come to mind. I don't know why. Maybe there is a new there are new opportunities coming, but it's really worth you. It's going to be a challenge for you to change things, to change how things have been for you in love. I'm really getting the sense from these cards of that here. This is, as I said, your love potential and your love lesson. I do read intuitively, and the reason I turn the cards that way down is so that I don't get distracted by the energies. But obviously, these cards are really drawing me in. Anyway, the next card for you is your challenge, and then finally is your advice. Is this one your advice how to achieve balance, or how to achieve the desired outcome that you would like? Okay, so we're going to look first of all at the Fool card for you, Pisces. Okay, now the Fool card is 0 or 22 in the tarot, and this is your overall energy or focus for this month. Now, number 1 on the Tree of Life is the Supreme Crown, or Kether, which is the Hebrew letter that's assigned. And the Supreme Crown is really represented by the number 0, actually. It's the intervention, divine intervention. It's the awakening, or the energy that moves us initially, that wants to move us. This is the energy. This is the energy of Ki, or of Chi, as represented in the Tree of Life. And this is why the universe is basically encouraging you this month to take action, to move forward, to start this new beginning. It's going to be very interesting when we come to these cards. I don't know what they are, but it's going to be very interesting when we come to these cards, because I feel like there's definitely opportunities, but it seems I won't talk about that yet. Anyway, so the Fool card, the universe is saying to you this month, Pisces, that it is about a new beginning. The universe is trying to encourage you to take a new beginning, to take a leap of faith, to move in the direction that you want to go in. That is what the universe is encouraging you to do this month, in the month of September, Pisces. Okay, the second card represents what or who you could encounter or experience this month, and that card is the Emperor. Okay, the Emperor is Aries card in the tarot. It's number 4. Fours are all about our foundations, our securities. And for me, when I wrote a post about all the number 4s, if you follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, and I wrote a post about all the number 4 and all the different 4s in the tarot and their energies. Excuse me. And in spending time with these energies and being mindful with the number fours, and in particular this card, the Emperor, I learned an awful lot about this energy. I used to see the Emperor as a very stern energy, as someone who is obviously got a lot of authority, and therefore there's an element of rigidity with this card, of being unmoved. There's I really learned something and felt a different energy about this card, actually. And really, for me, the Emperor is all about your inner security, and how finding your personal power and locating your inner security, and by putting energy and effort into creating your own happiness, your own stability, your own well-being, your own confidence, your own personal power. By putting energy and focus into that, it then allows you to be more confident out in the world. It then allows you to be able to stand in your personal power, and for people to recognize that, okay? Now, this could be something that you encounter this month. It could be that you have shed, Pisces, some of your previous or old skin, some of the ways that you used to behave, some of the ways that you used to treat people potentially in relationships, some of the ways that you used to show up in relationships, or how you would communicate with people. Maybe you were too, no such thing, but maybe you were too nice, or too accommodating, for example, or vice versa, not accommodating enough, selfish. I don't know. You apply it, but it's as if there's a new way of being for you. You may have been on your own for some time. Some of you Pisces, you may have been single, and this is really a testament to being ready now. If you have been single for a long time, this is a testament now that you have done the internal work on yourself, and this is a testament to now being able to go out in the world and to make new connections and new commitments in a way that really serves who you feel you are today, as opposed to how you used to be in the past, for example, okay? For other people, this could be who you encounter. So for others of you, the Emperor is related to the sign of Aries, okay, which is a fire sign. It is the sign of Aries. So for some of you, you could actually encounter an Aries. If it is an Aries, it could be an older person, or you could be older, Pisces. But if it's a who you encounter, for some of you, it's an Aries, okay? And for some of you, if you have been separated from an Aries, or being in separation in that soulmate journey, this could be the universe encouraging, saying to you, now it's time to start again, potentially with that old commitment, with that Aries, okay? Or turn your back and move away from them, move away from that person. Obviously, this is going to give us more information, but with the Fool, I only say that walking away potentially because obviously the Fool is turning the back on the Emperor. However, it doesn't mean that this person couldn't be coming back into your life. Let's have a look at this card here. Okay, this is your the perspective that you're coming from, or your past, your recent past, okay? And this is a card of Judgment. This is card 22, okay? The Judgment card, 3 major arcanas. So for Pisces, so really we're having some transformations when it comes to love this month, Pisces, okay? I think that the new moon is on the 9th of September. I will be doing an additional video for everybody this month, which is looks at the September astrology, September energies, and also looks at how we can just give you some further advice of how to overcome certain energies that are prominent this month. But there is a new moon in on the 9th of September, and it's when we get a new moon, it's the beginning of, it's like going within to try to understand when we have a new moon. It's like spending that time looking within, but in a way it's positive with the new moon. It's like, it's like it brings some understanding with a new moon, and it's even if it is only internal, and even if no one else sees it, it brings some. And this is like the Judgment card. It's like this is where you've come from in a way. Some of you, it's like you've come um from this through this energy of Judgment, which is where we are, being truthful with ourselves, looking at ourselves, where we are assessing our behavior, where we are really starting to be honest and truthful about the challenges that we faced, or about the love lessons that we have learned, actually, and really wanting a new beginning, a new start. So, for Judgment, this could be a reconciliation as well. It does relate to it does relate to reconciliation, as well. So it's interesting in that respect. Okay, the next cards here. These are the ones that I was really that I had a very strong reaction to, and these are your basically the love potential or love lesson for you for the month of September. And we've got the Four of Swords. And we've got these two as well. We've got, not surprised it's in the moon, the Three of Wands and the Moon card. Let's look at the Four of Swords first of all, okay? Another number 4. So again, your structures, your foundations, the patterns in your life, the security, the way that you live your life, the things that help you to live your life the way that you do. That's what number 4s are about, and the choices that you make in order to be able to establish solid foundations and security in your life. Look at the number 4 post, Pisces, okay, on my Instagram. Sword energy is air energy, and it's all about our minds, our thoughts, our consciousness, our clarity, our communication. And in this instance, it feels like I feel like some of you have either been single on your own, completely not dating, not really speaking to anybody romantically. And I feel like that is about what I basically said about the new moon going within. I feel like for some reason that's going to be the 9th of September might be quite an important time for you, where this period of, if you have been in separation with a specific person, that period of separation ends. Or if you have been single, just isolating yourself, then that is something that's about to end for you around the 9th of September. So we've only got another week to go. It's as if this energy is, the Four of Swords is about looking within. It's about your psychological foundations, if you will. That's why we call it the meditation card. It's about being mindful. It's about being present. It's about being aware. It's about remembering those experiences, those feelings, and recognizing what you've learned from them, what you've gained from them, the wisdom, the strength, similar to what I was talking about with the Emperor. But these cards also wanted to come out with it, and I feel like it's as if this you have been taking this time out. And again, look at the first card of the reading, which is the overall energy or focus for you this month. Okay, the universe is saying to you that the universe wants you to take action toward creating new foundations and in love and in relationships, okay? Because you have been doing the work. We wouldn't get this full card if we hadn't already, or if we are not currently experiencing a time of reflection, and a time of overcoming some of the things that have held us back maybe in the past, or stopped us from really having the type of relationships that we want in the future, or that we've wanted. And I really feel like this with the Moon card. Now the moon is actually, the moon is actually related to Cancer, isn't it? And the interesting thing about this card is that it's related to moon, to water, and again, that's feminine, as in passive energy, and it's about your understanding. The moon card, it is about looking within. It's about recognizing what you have learned, what you know, what you have been taught, how things have affected you, how things have impacted you. And it's as if I really feel like this is something that you are currently doing, or you've been doing for some time, hence why you've been single. Or if you are in relationships, Thank you, Tiny. Hence why you've been single. Or if you are in relationships, you might have been isolating yourself in that relationship. And it's not really about the partner. It's not really about the husband or the wife or the boyfriend or the girlfriend. It's really about you. It's really about understanding your what your reasons, your motivations for wanting to be in this relationship, your reasons, your motivations for treating your partner the way that you have, or vice versa, trying to understand, you know, the situation in a different way. And I really feel like that's what you've been doing, or you have. You are in that process of doing that this month for some of you. But then we get the Three of Wands. Now, I feel like I must read you something, actually, Pisces. Now, I'm you know me and my read. I'm a huge reader, and this is a definition of the word mindfulness, which I discovered in my The Great Liberation by Hearing in the Intermediate States, otherwise known as the Tibetan Book of the Dead. And this is introductory by HH, the Dalai Lama. And it's really, I found this definition of mindfulness yesterday. And really, I want you to just absorb what I'm saying to you. And then I'll explain to you why I thought it was significant for me to read this to you now. Okay? Mindfulness is the faculty which enables the mind to maintain its attention on a referent object, thus allowing for the development of familiarity with the object and also the ability to retain its imprint within memory for future recollection. So I read you this definition of mindfulness, and this is the Tibetan Book of the Dead is basically based on the teachings from India, the people that moved from India into, I can't pronounce the names without reading them, and I'm not going to spend the time doing that right now, in the 11th century. So this is really what the Tibetan Buddhist monks have been the old school, the traditional school, this is called. This is the thoughts of what mindfulness is for. And the reason I say that is because a few weeks ago I was actually experiencing this energy of the Three of Wands, and it was quite an interesting energy to sit with, because we call this card, you know, waiting for our ships to come in. It's a card of anticipation, and the interesting thing about this energy is that you can feel it. You can feel that anticipation. Your body can feel it. You can feel it. And I want you to try to tap into, for you, I really want you to take this advice, the advice of these three cards, which is to be mindful and to recognize within, to go within, to sit with your intuition, to sit with your internal emotions and your feelings. And I really want you to see if you can feel this this energy of anticipation, because something's coming in for you. Something is coming in for you. Something is arriving for you, Pisces. Now, you, as I said, whether you've been single for a long time, you've been separating yourself in your relationship, in your current relationship, you know, you've not really been engaging very much, very openly, there's a change, or there's a change that wants to come in, and there's one that the universe is trying to get you to take, a step that the universe is trying to get you to take and to recognize. But also this energy of, you should be able to recognize that this is happening. You should be able to feel a change. And I want you to sit with that feeling and to remember what that feeling is and to recognize what that feeling is, because you should be able to sense a change coming, a shift coming in your love life, Pisces. And if you don't, and if you're not sure what I'm really talking about, and if you do know what your moon sign is, I highly suggest that you look at your moon sign video as well, because your moon sign is about your internal processes. It's about what goes on within, your emotions, your intuition, etc., how you process these things. And sometimes we may not be consciously aware of our emotional responses to things, some of us, and so sometimes it can be helpful for us to check out our moon signs as well. So I recommend that you do that. Okay, this is your challenge for this month. This is your challenge for this month, Pisces, and this is a Queen of Wands, and this is really about feeling confident. This is really about feeling feeling inspired and feeling inspired to take action. You know, the Queen of Wands is someone who, she's a master, really, of he, she, doesn't matter your gender. But the Queen, we call Queen, the difference is the King is active, takes action, moves towards, and the Queen is passive, which is about your understanding. It's about recognizing the impact and the wisdom gained through actions taken. So in this instance, with the Queen of Wands being your challenge, it's as if the confidence is what's challenging you. You know, you maybe don't want to see. There's a card that wants to come out for this card to clarify this for you. You maybe don't want to. You maybe aren't seeing, really recognizing the fact that you think that things have changed, especially for those people that have been single for some time. You know, I feel like some of you have been on your own for some time, or really, even if you've been in a relationship or you are in a relationship, some of you have really felt isolated, and you've really, it's hard to explain. It's like there's so much going on beneath the surface with you, Pisces, that even if you are in a relationship, it's like there's a complete disconnect with the person that you're trying to communicate with. You're sort of dealing with things. You're dealing with things that are going on, with changes and shifts in your personality, in your perspective. And I feel like that's something that you've not been able to express clearly enough for other people to understand, or you've not even bothered, and maybe you've not even thought about it. Maybe you've not recognized that you've been isolating yourself because you've just been so engrossed, Pisces, in those sorts of 11th house energies. Do you know what I mean? So there could be some of that. Pisces. I mean, you know, Neptune is your ruler, and you know, this is about mysticism and intuition and things that we can't quite put our finger on. And I think really for you, some of you have really been, that has really been very prominent for you over this past sort of over the recent past. And you know, as I said, in relationships, this may have caused you to be isolated or to feel isolated. So this is the thing that's challenging you. It's that being, it's maybe recognizing that that has happened, or that you've not been feeling very confident. And you know, it's quite hard if you've spent time in isolation. It's quite hard if you spent time in isolation to then, even if you've been through doing a lot of work and a lot of learning and a lot of healing, it's quite hard to then sometimes just come out and just show everyone the work you've been doing, and realize, oh well, I'm actually strong enough to get the things that I want, and to be in the relationships and have the relationship that I want. Yes, you are, but you don't feel it. Okay, this is what this is saying. The Page of Pentacles, you know, this is practical. This is practical starts. This is taking practical steps, taking practical actions to build the type of life that you want. So in this instance, it's relationships, isn't it? So you know, you might start small. You might start small, Pisces, this month, but you by the end of the month, hopefully, we're feeling this full energy. We're feeling the confidence really to really move forward and to really claim the things that we want. Okay, this is the advice or the outcome, or how to achieve balance. So this is the advice, and this is the Tower, and this is saying that this is, you know, this is going to be something that is going to potentially shake you up. Now, you know, if you are in a relationship and you've been, as I said, you've been in this relationship, but you've been going through internally these challenges and these changes and feeling differently, and you know, you're recognizing yourself as a different person. Some of you are looking in the mirror and you're looking back at your life and thinking, gosh, you know, how did I get here from where I wanted to be? Or is my life really a true reflection of who I am inside? And I think for some of you, there's been a bit of a disconnect like that. And, you know, in September, the really, really positive thing is when we see the Tower card is that we know that when the Tower hits, the shock of, you know, making these changes, taking these steps, having these conversations, these realizations that that some of you are about to come into, that others of you have already come into. These are the things that help us to get rid of the things that no longer serve us, and to really build the type of lives and the type of relationships and the type of commitments that we want. This also, though, number 2, feeling is a very similar energy to experience to the aces. So the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, and Ace of Pentacles. Now, for me, this is or the active ones really. So the Ace of Cups. This is when this tower moment hit for me, and it really was. It really did change everything in my life. But it wasn't a negative thing. It was a good thing. You know, I literally, you know, you meet someone. I don't know. Do you believe in love at first sight? Anyway, I could speak about that all day, but I won't even go down that path. But what I'm saying is that the Tower energy is actually something that is emotionally, very emotionally, can be very emotionally overwhelming. But what we are left with once the dust settles is the type of things that we really want, the type of relationships that we really want, the type of partner that we really want, the type of you being the type of person in your relationship that you really want to see. And it's really getting rid of the stuff that you've been doing that hasn't been serving you, and that hasn't been really a true reflection of who you are. So in September, Pisces, I really would say to you that expect hopefully this new beginning. You know, we've got the Fool, we've got the Tower, we've got Judgment, we've even got the Emperor, and they all really, and this, you know, really most of these cards really suggested this new start for you, and really just emphasize the fact that the universe is really saying to you, it is time, Pisces. Whether you've been single for the last 8 months or 8 years, or whether you've been in this relationship that's not working, or that is working but you're not working on it, whether you've not been dating or you have, or what, there's going to be a change. You know, there's going to be a change for you. The universe is saying now is the time for you to really think about the type of relationship that you want and the type of person that you are in those relationships, and go for that. Okay, Pisces, I hope you enjoyed this reading. There's going to be a few new things coming up for you guys in September on Key Wisdom Tarot. So I'm going to do an additional video this month. It's going to have some astrology in there, and it's also going to have some announcements in there. I have had quite a few requests on free readings, so I'm going to be making an announcement on that video. I'm also going to be disabling all comments on all the videos apart from that the monthly September video, and that's going to be the same going forward. And the reason I'm doing that is because I have, thank you, had a huge response for personal readings, but it's getting quite difficult to manage personal readings, recording for the channel, plus obviously responding to all my comments, plus my Instagram posts and my Facebook posts, and getting my website up and running for you guys so you can get everything in one place. So I've decided to streamline the personal readings that I offer this month, and also, as I said, disable the comments in all videos bar one, which will be the general September astrology and announcements video, which will obviously go out on the same day as this video too. Okay, Pisces, I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you have a fabulous month filled with love, and filled with really, really love for yourself, because that's what really this is about. It's really about recognizing the love for yourself and really building the type of life that you want based on that self-love. Okay, Pisces, thank you so much. Have a wonderful month of September, and I will see you all very soon with your next weekly readings. Take care, Pisces. Thank you. Bye.